Now the equation or the next equation is s equals to ut plus half of at square. And the context is exactly same. Here is a new term, that is a s. S is what? S is nothing but the distance covered by the particle, distance covered by the object. You know u is a what? U is a initial velocity, t is a time, right? And the a is a constant acceleration in our case. So the question is how we can prove that equation by algebraic method. So you know the distance is always equals to the velocity into time. Right? Distance, if you want to determine the distance, you have to multiply the time interval or the time span with the speed or the velocity. But the thing is, we just know our initial velocity was u and the final velocity was v. But we don't know the exact velocity so that we can directly multiply by the time span. We know the time here t, but we don't know what is the velocity we should multiply with time, because we just know the initial one is u and the final one is v, because in the interval the velocity is changing, right? Due to the acceleration, due to the constant acceleration, the velocity is changing from u to v. In like this, u plus a, u plus 2a, u plus 3a, u plus 4a, in like that, velocity is changing. So what the term, what the velocity we should take here to multiply with t or the time to get the distance, that is s. So because of the constant acceleration, we can directly need here the average velocity. Right? In our case, the acceleration is constant. Constant means at the first u, in the second, after 1 second u plus a, after 2 seconds u plus 2a, after 3 seconds u plus 3a, in like that. So in our case, the acceleration is constant. So because of the constant acceleration, we can take the average velocity. So average velocity va is equals to u plus v by 2, right? So we know that va or the average velocity must be multiplied with time, and times interval or the time span is what? T. So to get the distance covered by the particle, so here the distance covered by the particle is s is equals to average velocity va into the time, right? So va is equals to what? Again u plus v by 2 into t. So now here is a twist. Here's u plus v here, but we already know that v is equals to u plus at, so why not we use that equation in that here. So u plus at, right? Because the v is equals to u plus at. So here we got 2u plus, again 2u plus at here by 2 into t, right? So that means if we multiply the t to the whole the equation, what we have? 2ut plus at square by 2, right? 2ut plus at square by 2. So what we have in the next? That is a 2ut by 2 plus at square by 2. So what we have? Ut plus half of at square. It is a very easy if we just simply prove it, or if we just try to prove it by the algebraic method, but we will do this by the graphical method or the graphical representation.